Hello guys, welcome to our channel and this is Surya. Worrying for the exams? No worries. We are here only for you. So let's get started. So let's get into the subject. Okay, before getting into the subject, I need to tell you a small story. Okay, just imagine as you are a rich guy who has a really full money. Okay, so and you have a friend who wrote the Believer song, just for example. No hard feelings, okay? uh, you are the friend of that guy, so you are being a rich guy. He came to you with a business proposal, and you liked the business proposal and you thought of investing in that and have also invested. Okay, after investing you both agreed a profit sharing of a 70 and 30%. 70% for you and 30% for him, as he manages the business and you are out of the business. You will not involve in any type of business activities. Okay, so after some time you are getting a good returns of your 70% and he is taking his 30%, and this is going for some time, and it was well until you hear this Believer song. Okay, when you're hearing, there is a lyrics of first in first out. Oh my god, you thought of here that you hear it somewhere but you don't know where. Then you remember it is in accountants. So he knows the accountants. He may manipulate the accountants and show you the false figure of giving you the false 70%, and he may take more than 30%. So you are thinking what to do, and you didn't sleep for some nights, and you suddenly know another person called Adams, who is an auditor. The poor guy, he's a CA, he's an auditor, and you call him and said that, bro, that I have invested in this business and he's taking care of the whole business, but I am suspecting him that he may be falsifying the accounts and he's giving me the false representation of the business. I may get more than what I'm getting right now, so can you please check the books for me and you and confirm that I'm getting the 70% of what. When this Adams guy went there, he took the financial statements of that company in which you have invested, and he examined the financial statements of the that company you have invested. He expressed that in his opinion the books is true and fair, and there are no false statements. Let's get into the definition. Okay, yeah. An audit is the independent examination of financial information of any entity, whether profit oriented or not for profit oriented, irrespective of its size and its legal form. Okay, such examination is conducted to express an opinion thereon. Okay, this is the definition given by the IFAC. So in our example, the Adams, the auditor who audited the company for us, he said that he examined the financial statements of that company and he expressed the opinion. Okay, that's what happens in an audit. Okay, for another example, Do you know that every teacher, almost every teacher, does audit on a daily basis, as he examines the student and he examines the answer sheets and assess them, and he express the opinion in a way of marks, but irregular of a poor student or a clever student or a LKG guy. He may be a postgraduate guy, irrespective of the size and irrespective of the form. Okay, nice example, right? Yeah, let's get into the limitations of the audit. Okay, the auditor cannot particularly say that these financial statements are correct, because in any normal business, I mean any good business, okay, there would be a minimum hundreds to thousands of transactions that goes on a quarterly or an yearly basis. So for the auditor, he cannot physically go and check the every transaction of an company and its financial statements. So what he does is he takes a sample from these financial statements and he examines these samples. Okay, then he express his opinion on this sample, which indirectly means the whole transactions of the company. Okay, this is a limitation, because he might select the sample which only shows the positive sides of the transactions, and there may be a duplicate transactions which are eliminated, which cannot be identified in this process. Okay, and there may be another transactions which bogusly added but do not have any documentation proof. Still, you have not taken these false transactions in your sample, so you may get the false representation of the whole transaction, saying that these financial statements are true. Okay, next, audit report has inherent limitations as it cannot be understood by a normal person due to its format. Okay, you know, have you ever seen the audit report? No? Let's not let's after this video, just give a try of looking any random company's financial statements. Just Google it, you will find some financial statements and its audit report. Okay, for any listed company, it would be of minimum 100 pages of this thick book, which is issued at every annual, okay, or quarter, based on, right? Okay, a normal person, he cannot go through the every page of the book and he reads and he cannot understand the every word that is stated, because there is a particular format and there are particular wordings that has to be written to express an opinion on the financial statements according to the guidelines issued by the IFAC. There is such a procedure that needs to be followed to express an opinion. Okay, and this procedure, this format cannot be understood by a normal person, so he may just may not understand and he may get misled. This may not be happen nowadays, because we have many types of media, business medias, who constantly does this for us. They read and they gives us a scenario what happening and what's the situation. Okay, so coming to the next point, the limitation in control system, which means when a fraud is done properly with all the proofs which indicates that it is not, then this type of fraud cannot be discovered. That means, as I said, there may be a bogus transactions that may be created in the financial statements to hide the profit, so that they can give their themselves a better show off to the public. So here, if the management of that organization which we are auditing has collaborated in such a fashion that every fraud that done has a perfect documentation to prove that it is not a fraud transaction, it is not a bogus transaction, that it has actually occurred, then the auditor and any person cannot find that it is an fraud transaction. Okay, due to we cannot have a proof to prove that they are a falsifying statements. All items in the financial statements are not tested if there are hundreds and thousands, so only sample of items are tested. Yeah, as I said, we can only test the samples of the financial statement, but we cannot test the whole transactions of the financial statement unless there are some big shipping companies, like there may be only up to 10 to 15 transactions per annum. They buy a ship which was built and they just sell it to the another overseas company. So here just a trading will happen and they buy and they sell. So this may not involve a complex relationship, so usually, and this involves a large amount, so auditor has a time and it is practically possible for him to check each and every transactions due to only a limited number of transactions. Okay, finally, important limitation is the opinion expressed is not objective, it is a subjective. That means the opinion on the financial statements of a company, when it is given by me, it may give the one form of opinion. When you audit the same financial statements, you may give the another type of opinion, because when you for just to get the hang of it, when you read an article and when your friend read an article, you both may come to a different conclusions. That doesn't mean you both are reading a different articles, you both are reading same articles, but your perspective, the way you look, the way you understand impacts your opinion. The same way happens here. And the another example, if you and your friend eats the same dish, you may feel it in a different way and your friend may feel it in a different way. You may like it, you may not like it, he may like it, he may not like it. It's like that. It is a subjective opinion, it cannot be an objective, which means it cannot be a fact, it may be an opinion. The fact are the facts which ever any person in the world says it is a fact. Like simple example, sun rises at the east is a fact, whomever in the world says it rises at the east. Same like that. Okay, I hope you understood. Thank you.